Do not let this video blow up because I don't think my anxiety can handle the influencer coaches coming after me. Because today we are talking about why, as content creators, bloggers, influencers, you should say yes to PR and gifted collabs. In other words, why you should work for free. Receiving gifted products in exchange for posting on Instagram or social media gets a bad rap. And I will admit, at face value, I have contributed to this bad rap. But there's something called nuance. And since I've already outlined why I say no to gifted partnerships and PR, I thought that we would outline the other side of the conversation. And I mentioned this on Instagram, but as I was tallying up all of the reasons why I at least would consider saying yes to gifted products, I realized that my list is much longer than my list for saying no. So we're gonna actually divide it into 3 parts: experience, community, and strategy. This is controversial, but I do genuinely believe that accepting gifted product is an incredible way to build up experience and your portfolio as a content creator. And the reality is, when we're first starting out, we're spending our hard-earned money on these products to be able to talk about them and share them with our audience. So if somebody wants to send you products, that's saving money. When I decided that I was going to take content creation seriously, I allotted myself $200 a month as an investment to purchase products I knew my audience would want to hear about. What's interesting though is that mindset change of investing in my business is what actually helped me make money in the long run. Everything snowballed from there, and I started receiving a lot more gifted opportunities, which then turned into paid opportunities. And I only actually had to use this budget for 2 months before I couldn't even keep up with the stuff that was being sent to me. And I think, just as a general rule, if it is something that you are planning to spend your money on anyways, there's no harm accepting it for free. Be smart with your money, people. And to this day, I still do accept PR or gifted collaborations for categories that I feel I haven't really built out a portfolio in. Another reason to say yes to PR that falls under this experience building is building relationships and rapport with brands. This is especially the case with brands that are growing and at first might have a very limited budget or a non-existent budget, but as they grow, they might be developing a bigger one. Even big brands have tiered campaigns. They might be running gifted campaigns for smaller influencers, they might be doing a mid-tier campaign with a limited budget, and they might be running a full-scale paid campaign with larger influencers, all at the same time. Sometimes accepting a gifted partnership is a great way to get your foot in the door, and hopefully as you nurture that relationship, you can work your way up those tiers. Somebody's vacuuming upstairs and I'm sorry. Next category of reasons for saying yes is community. First is supporting small businesses. Part of why I started my journey was to highlight and uplift others. So I can't do it all the time, but if there is a small business that reaches out, I am more likely to consider the opportunity than I would be if it was a big brand reaching out. And I know that not all content creators agree with this. I have lots of friends that will say, you know what, even as a small business, you're looking to profit off me and my services, so you gotta pay up. The next community-based reason why I would say yes is because it's something that my audience wants to know about. If it is a partnership promoting a product or service that I know will genuinely serve my audience, I will consider saying yes. The next group of reasons fall under strategy, because we gotta work smarter, not harder, my friends. So when somebody reaches out wanting to send me something, I will often do a little bit of keyword research, and I personally use keysearch.co, and I do have a discount for that. I will put it up here on the screen and link it below. What this platform does is allow me to search different terms and see how competitive they are and how many people are searching for it per month. So if I look up a product that somebody wants to send me and not a lot of people have written about it so far, I'm gonna say yes to that partnership so that I can write a blog post for it and get a lot of traffic from it. Very similarly, I will use TubeBuddy, which I also have an affiliate link for below, and do keyword research for my YouTube channel. Another way that I accept PR and gifted collaboration strategically is asking myself if it serves my purpose. And kudos to Casey, who commented this sentiment on one of my other videos. If a partnership just aligns so perfectly with what I'm setting out to do on this channel, if that brand's mission statement and everything just aligns so perfectly, and it's just the perfect puzzle piece and they don't have a budget, I'm probably going to say yes. And the last one doesn't fit into a particular category, But I do say yes to in-kind partnerships if the value of it is something you couldn't even put a price tag on. And this is especially the case if something is a gifted experience or adventure. I'm thinking about something as simple as being gifted a night out at Moxie's, which happened recently. And all I had to do was document the genuine good time I was having out with my friends. And I got to treat my friends to dinner. I think especially as smaller creators, there's some opportunities like that where you're just like, this is going to impact me or the people in my life in a way that I can't even put a price tag on, or I would do for free. So those are all the things I keep in mind when I'm presented a gifted partnership. I do still stand by my reasons for saying no, and I am still extremely selective with my yeses. And I do want to note that I do try to turn any gifted partnerships into paid ones first. I'm not just diving in straight with a yes, I'll do it for free. And if you want a bit of advice on how to turn these gifted partnerships into paid ones, I definitely recommend you check out this video here. Until next time.